Hello and welcome to the Antiquarian Outlook for week 46 of 2025, starting November 10th. I'm Spencer W. Stuart, Collections Advisor, author of Contemporary Issues in Rare Books and Manuscript Collecting, as well as host of the monthly webinar Collecting Insights. For more details on my services, publications, and programs, follow the links below, along with the links to the various auctions we'll talk about in the episode. On to last week's results. Wednesday, Hansons had the library auction. There were 273 lots offered, of which 123 sold, making for a 45% sell-through rate. Highest price realized was Lot 2, an uncorrected proof copy of J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, published in 1999. Estimates were set at £10,000 to £15,000, realizing £8,000. A buy-in of note, Lot 112, this first edition copy of Robert Adams's Sketches of Dalmatia, published in 1764. Estimates were set at £5,000 to £7,000. A lot that exceeded expectation was Lot 44. This original manuscript music score for Mask, composed by Sir Arnold Bax. Estimates were set at £300 to £500, realizing £1,100. Next sale, our auctions had Find Autograph and Artifacts featuring John F. Kennedy. There were 577 lots offered, of which all of them were registered being sold by the auction house. Highest price realized was Lot 246, a letter written by the Queen of England, Lady Elizabeth Tudor, to the Duke of Savoy, dated November 16, 1556. Bidding started at $20,000, realizing just under $42,000. A lot that exceeded expectation was 261, an original typescript of Alex Haley's 1963 interview with Malcolm X. Bidding set to start at $2,500, realizing $19,375. On to Thursday. Freeman's had fine printed books and manuscripts, including Americana. There were 285 lots offered, of which 256 sold, making for a 90% sell-through rate. Highest price realized was for Lot 208, this third impression of the works of Shakespeare, published in 1663. Estimates were set at $40,000 to $60,000, realizing just above $121,000. A buy-in of note, Lot 85, Ovid's Metamorphoses, illustrated by Pablo Picasso, published in 1931. Estimates were set at $10,000 to $15,000. Next sale, Bonhams in France had limited editions. There were 308 lots offered, of which 232 sold, making for a 75% sell-through rate. Highest price realized was Lot 25, this wool tapestry by Sonia Delaunay from around 1970. The winning bid was €48,640. Two buy-ins of note, Lot 262, Pablo Picasso's Flying Dove with a Rainbow from 1952, a signed color lithograph. Estimates were set at €8,000 to €10,000, as well as again Picasso's Venus and Cupid from 1957, a colored offset lithograph. Estimates again set at €8,000 to €10,000. Still with Thursday, Potter & Potter Auctions had vintage posters. There were 664 lots offered, of which 570 sold, making for an 86% sell-through rate. Highest price realized was for this absinthe poster, created in 1896. Estimates were set at $10,000 to $15,000, realizing $9,375. A lot that exceeded expectation was 660, Patrick Nagel's Sketch of a Woman from the 1980s. Estimates were set at $1,000 to $2,000, realizing $6,600. Next sale, Antiquarianauctions.com in South Africa had an antiquarian book auction. There were 301 lots offered, of which 110 sold, making for a 36.5% sell-through rate. Highest price realized was for Lot 1, a geographical history of Africa, published in 1600. Estimates were set at $12,000 to $15,000, realizing $10,000. Next sale, in Germany, Nosbüsch Stucke had valuable books, autographs, and prints. There were 658 lots offered, of which 359 sold, making for a 54.5% sell-through rate. Highest price realized was for Lot 4, a Latin manuscript Bible. Estimates were set at €35,000 to €45,000, realizing the low end of €35,000. A buy-in of note, Lot 343, a comprehensive catalog of the General German Library, published in the late 1700s. Estimates were set at €10,000 to €15,000. A lot that exceeded expectation was 11. This early prayer book, believed to be done in southern Germany in the early 16th century. Estimates were set at €2,000 to €3,000, realizing €32,000. Next sale, in Mexico, Morton Subasta had antiques and books, shared gazes. There were 387 lots offered, of which 185 sold, making for a 48% sell-through rate. Highest price realized within books was lot 63. This first edition signed copy of Marquez's No One Writes to the Colonel, published in 1961. Estimates were set at 40,000 to 60,000 pesos, realizing 35,000 pesos, the equivalent of just under $2,000. A buy-in of note, lot 221, an early printing of Augustine's Sermons to the Hermits, published in 1484. Estimates were set at 250,000 to 400,000 pesos. Finishing off Thursday, Bonham Skinner had fine books and manuscripts. There were 222 lots offered, of which 178 sold, making for an 80% sell-through rate. Highest price realized was lot 191. This 1910 copy of the Rubaiyat, bound by Sigorsky and Sutcliffe. Estimates were set at 40,000 to 60,000 US, realizing 56,320 US. A buy-in of note, lot 96. This 1913 copy of Petite Fleur, bound by Léon Gruel. Estimates were set at 5,000 to 7,000 US. For a hyperlink list of next week's auctions we have an eye on, please get in touch with us directly. As always, the Antiquarian Outlook is totally independent. Its producers do not hold inventory, nor do they represent any consignments or acquisitions mentioned. In the news, we've just set up the 2026 schedule of Collecting Insights. Webinar sessions will begin in January, and as always, registrants will receive a complimentary copy of contemporary issues in rare books and manuscript collecting. So follow the links below to have a look at the courses and see which one might work for you. And if you have any questions, as always, please get in touch with us directly and we'll help you out. We look forward to receiving your registration. Well, that's been the week from here. Let us know what you thought of last week's results. Remember, if you want to stay up to date, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, turn on your notifications, and let others know about this program. Thanks again for tuning in. All for now. We'll see you next week.